Hi, it's Katherine Guiley here from Make Everything Fun, and this video is about how to make wellness fun, and specifically financial wellness. Now, January is Financial Wellness Month, and you might be thinking, how does financial wellness interact with overall wellness? Well, it's very important. In fact, 70% of workers report that their most common stressor is financial. And also, when it comes to couples, 1/3 of couples report that there's a lot of stress in their marriage as related to finances. So I'm going to give you 5 tips in this video to be on your way this brand new year to being financially well. It's so critical, not only for yourself, but for your relationship. So the first tip is to get educated. And I know you think, okay, what does that mean? I don't have an MBA, I don't have a CFA, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, there's some basic things that you can do today, especially in the online world, to really hone your financial vocabulary, and you can hire resources that are not very expensive, but you want to make sure to hire the right kind of resources. Now, when I recommend hiring somebody, I'm always looking for somebody that's working for me as the client, as an advocate, as a consultant, or as a coach, as opposed to somebody that's going to manage my assets and then charge me as a percentage of my assets. It's just a different way of working with somebody, and often these coaches or consultants can also provide access to educational resources. You can look on Teachable, you can look on Thinkific, you can look on Udemy. There's tons of books out there. Tony Robbins has a great book on investing. Anything by Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman is going to be great. My favorite all-time book is called It's Not Your Money, It's Your Life. That's by Candace Bahr, B-A-H-R, and Janita Wall. And it basically just walks through, it's really great for women, and it walks through all the things that you need to know. It actually gives you the kind of information, if you're a parent, that you want to actually educate your kids on. How saving early makes such a big difference, compounding interest, all kinds of basic stuff, but just also some organizational tips to get you organized and feeling really good about your financial standing. And that leads me to the second step, which is to get organized. And I thought when I started this, I did a financial certification in financial wellness last year, and it went through a 6-week process of learning what different things come into play as far as people having stress around finances and what people need to know. And I thought, oh, I have my MBA, I've got this, it's going to be fine. But I was really surprised to learn how unorganized I was. So for 2019, I would suggest that everybody start out, first of all, no shame, no blame, but really kind of, do you have a budget? Do you know what insurance policies you have? Who's the beneficiary? What's the date that it's renewable? What are the amounts? All of those things, and really start to put things into spreadsheets or some kind of system that you trust so that you have it all together. Getting organized is probably the most important thing. Well, maybe communication, and that's going to be my final tip. So I'm going to get through the next few, and you'll see how this is all really linked together. I have this mantra that I learned from my certification in financial wellness, and it is purpose, plan, and product. Because I think a lot of times people think, okay, I saved some money and I want to invest it, and so I'm going to invest in a mutual fund, or I'm going to invest in this index. Well, that's actually going to product first. When Candace Bahr and Janita Wall talk about in their book, it's not your money, it's your life. It's the same idea when you're talking about investing. You really want to find out, why do we earn money? Why? It's because we want to do things in life. We want our money working for us, not the other way around. So it's really important to sit down. I think the beginning of the year is a great time to figure out what your purpose is. Sit down with your partner, make it a family meeting if you want to, or maybe have your partner meeting first and then broaden it out to the family. But really get clear about what your purpose is as a family. You can use a mission, vision, values process, and I'll give you some links at the end of this video that you can go to find some tools to help you with that. And then to start to set your goals, I like SMART goals, around that purpose. And that's really the next thing, which is the planning, setting goals that are smart, that are realistic, that are achievable, that you're measuring. And then the last thing is the actual product. So when you're actually in the stage of where should I put my money? Should I get this annuity? Should I put it in the stock market? if you don't have your purpose and your plan, then you're kind of, you're putting the cart before the horse. And when you're actually when you've done a lot of purpose and a lot of planning, or had a discussion around your purpose and your planning, once you're ready to buy your product, it will sort of fall out of the process naturally, organically. So again, that mantra is purpose, plan, product. Then it's really important to remember with financial wellness to share the tasks. Now, if you're in a relationship with a partner, you can, take turns every month paying the bills. One of the things that my aunt, who's a certified financial planner, does is she takes the bills for a year and then her husband does it for the next year. And that gives you an overall sense of cadence, meaning, taxes are always due in April and insurance policy payments are always due in the fall or September. And you get a picture of the whole overall year. But the important thing here is that one person in the relationship always doesn't end up having to do that. That can create resentment. It can create a sense of being in the dark for the other partner if they don't have any information about the bills, because paying the bills is actually a really important part of being educated about how your money is coming in and how it's going out. So it's really important to share and to have a conversation about that. And that leads to the last and final point before I give you a link where you can get more resources. I think it's also really important, and when I give you these resources, to figure out what your own money profile is like. There's a money type report by Worth FM, and there's another assessment where you can get a sense of what is your values system around money. I mean, we grow up as kids. Some of us hear that money is the root of all evil, and other kids are taught in a completely different way that money is this enabler that allows them to do all these great things. And we have a lot of other beliefs and value systems that are part of our conscious and part of our unconscious thought processes that we bring to our relationships and we bring to our decisions today. And actually, we bring to those conversations and those tasks, such as paying the bills. So it's really important to get behind what your belief system is. And if you're in a relationship, also learn that about your partner. So I'm going to provide you with some links where you can go and get an assessment of yourself. And if you're in a partnership relationship, then do it together. Not only just take the assessment, but talk about your answers and why you answered that way. It's actually, there's more value in the process than there is in the result of that assessment. And that's the final tip, is communication. And just having this ongoing sharing and commitment to communication. Make it fun. Light a candle, pour a glass of wine, and sit down and revisit that vision, that mission, that value statement for your family. Talk about your purpose, talk about where you want to go. One of the things I'll provide in that link is what's the difference between estate planning and retirement planning. Well, estate planning is about planning for death, right? It's about how you're going to leave your money to others and how everything's going to be all set up. And I'll give you some resources for making sure that you have those boxes all checked off. But retirement planning is about planning for life. It's about what do you want to do when you don't have to work all the time, and why are we working so hard, and how long are we going to work this hard, so that you can really start to see that light at the end of the tunnel, or maybe start to plan some fun things in between, so that you're really kind of looking at the big picture. It's all part of this idea of zooming out and seeing the bigger picture. So the resource that I'm going to direct you to, which has all the links, is at makeeverythingfun.com. And it's a blog post. So then just click on the upper area. There's just different things to click on. Click on blog. And you'll see in the blog area, there's a blog called Focus on Financial Wellness. And in there, it covers more information about the 5 tips that I've just discussed and provides a lot of extra links and information. So I hope that you make not only this month on financial wellness a very financially well month, but also put into place a whole system for making this whole year a year of financial wellness and for many years to come. Thank you so much.